And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First here. We're live at the Laurel Park paddock. Little rainy today, but what a big weekend of racing. We kick off today here at Laurel Park. Stanton Salter, oddsmaker Keith Fusel, good to have you back, and you're back just in time for a huge weekend.
A big weekend. Florida Derby weekend. Exciting things down there at Gulfstream Park. We're going to have some good racing action here. I know we're hinting at maybe some turf on Sunday. This rain might put a damper on things, but a good weekend in store at Laurel Park.
It was a good tournament last Saturday, the Champions Handicap and Tournament. Our good friend Action Andy in the money. He was a good third, qualifies for one of those big tournaments.
Yeah. I mean, Andy's and a lot of these guys, I mean, they are very serious about their trade and what they're able to do, and it gives them a great opportunity, a really nice tournament, and good turnout last week. And, proud to say, he's one of our buddies hit the board. That's good.
And the young guy that won it, Thomas Command, I hear. I don't know him, but it was a young kid who won that Champions Handicap and Tournament. All right, so lots to tell you about today. Real quick, we want to give you an update on a couple horses back here at Laurel Park. First, some unfortunate news about Ella Reeve, trained by Cal Lynch. He was a Triple Crown Kentucky Derby Preakness hopeful. He'd been working here at Laurel Park. He won the Withers and the Jerome earlier this year up at Aqueduct. Third in the Gotham. He was pointing towards the Wood Memorial. He had a good work here Wednesday morning at Laurel Park. Came up with a little knee injury after that, so they announced yesterday he's off the Triple Crown Trail. They're going to rest him for the rest of the spring and summer, and they're very optimistic and positive that he'll make a return sometime next fall, next winter. So he's a talented horse. We'll look forward to him down the road.
And as we've always talked about, it is a tough game, and you've got one that's on the cusp. You're so excited and have a little setback, but they're doing the right thing by the horse, and hopefully, like I say, we'll see him later down the road next fall.
And Sagamore Farm is stabled back here at Laurel Park. Their trainer, Horacio De Paz, who was up from Gulfstream, he was down there for the winter time. They've been moving some horses up here. Horacio De Paz, the private trainer for Sagamore Farm, he was here yesterday morning, and he was aboard, recruiting ready. He was an impressive debut winner at Pimlico last spring. He ran in some stakes races. He won one of those two-year-old stakes at Saratoga last summer. He was down at Gulfstream this winter. Didn't have much luck down there at Gulfstream, but he came back with a very, very impressive allowance win about a month ago here at Laurel Park, early March, against a tough field of allowance runners. Though the fast time that day, 109 and change. And we have a little video of recruiting ready in the barn a couple mornings ago. He had a sharp work here Thursday morning, half mile 47-1, fastest work of the day going a half mile. You remember that allowance win? That was a fast time against some good horses.
Oh yeah, they ran faster than Joy Drive, and I think went 10-4 that day. Liar's Dice in 9 flat. We've got a horse out of that race. I'm sorry, Liar's Dice and Recruiting Ready. Recruiting Ready went 9-5. Liar's Dice out of that particular race. He's going to be very tough to beat in today's 8th.
All right, so that was Recruiting Ready, hamming it up. That was Wednesday morning. We were back there in the Sagamore Farm, Horacio De Paz barn. He had a good work yesterday morning. They're thinking maybe about the Tessio, which is a winner you're in for the Preakness Stakes. However, it looks like he's maybe stamped himself as a really good sprinter.
I agree with you there.
So they might be looking for a sprint race as well. So more good things to come, hopefully, from Recruiting Ready back there from the Sagamore Farm barn. Lots to tell you about here, including the big race of the weekend. All eyes on the Express Bet Florida Derby tomorrow, Saturday down there at Gulfstream. It's the 14th race on a 14-race card. They have 9 stake races, a huge day of racing at Gulfstream Park tomorrow. We're going to have all the action. You can watch all the action here via simulcasting tomorrow. It's the pick six pull down there at Gulfstream today. The carryover's a little over 1.5 million. Tomorrow for the that pick six jackpot at Gulfstream, it's going to be a guaranteed $2 million guarantee tomorrow on the Gulfstream Park pick six. It's a little over 1.5 million today. It'll be a guaranteed $2 million tomorrow on Florida Derby Day in the pick six at Gulfstream. If they don't hit it today or tomorrow, it'll be a mandatory payout on Sunday, that pick six at Gulfstream, and that could get up to around $10 million.
Oh, yeah. And we will get a group ticket together for that one, no doubt about it.
And so just a reminder, lots of stuff to tell you about Gulfstream. First of all, you can bet on all the Gulfstream Park Florida Derby card today here at Laurel Park. The first race for Gulfstream tomorrow is 12 noon, and then we told you about the mandatory payout in that pick six Sunday at Gulfstream. So all eyes on Gulfstream Park for the Express Bet Florida Florida Derby. Gunavera is going to be the favorite, 9-5 on the
Mm-hmm.
outside. He won the
Mm-hmm.
Fountain of Youth down there. Draws a tough outside post with Javier Castellano aboard.
He did. There is enough speed in this race, though. I think he'll be able to draft over a little bit, save some ground. Just like the way he's been able to sustain runs, overcame traffic. Doesn't look like that big of a racehorse, but boy, he's tactical. He kind of position him where you want him to, and he has that Derby style of run. I mean, he's showing some really good bursts the last quarter of a mile, 3/16 of a mile. His running style suits it. He looks like that Derby type of runner. But you've got Pletcher with Battalion Runner, another Pletcher horse in there, Always Dreaming. He's had some big, wide open, gaping wins. So he's going to have his work cut out for him. He doesn't have to win, Stan. I mean, you just want this stepping stone, everything to kind of work forwardly, and he is going in the right direction right now.
Pletcher will be always dangerous. He has two runners in there. If you want to study up on the ExpressBet Florida Derby, ExpressBet.com has you hooked up. Even if you're not a member, even if you don't bet with them, you can go to their website, ExpressBet.com. They have a free Florida Derby wager guide, expert analysis, and picks for all the stake races tomorrow down there at Gulfstream. So you don't even have to have a membership to ExpressBet. They're hooking the better up. Free Florida Derby wager guide. Go to ExpressBet.com for that. So that's tomorrow down there at Gulfstream. A week from tomorrow here at Laurel Park, this is always a very popular festival, the Decanter Wine and Racing Festival, Saturday, April 8th. It's 12 to 6. We always get a huge crowd for this, enjoying live horse racing and wine. It'll be a huge day for racing as well. I think you have three Derby preps next Saturday, the Bluegrass, the Wood, and the Santa Anita Derby.
No, it's always a great day, and just cross your fingers, get some good weather, and once again, introduce some newer fans to what we've got going on at Laurel Park and throughout the country within regards to thoroughbred racing.
So also on the same day, April 8th, we have the Triple Crown Prep Challenge. I think we have a board for this. There we go. Triple Crown Prep Challenge. $10 entry fee, $500 guaranteed pot. This is for premier players. If you're not a premier player, go to Guest Services to sign up. It's a $10 entry. You can do two entries, $500 guaranteed pot. The format is you do a $2 fictional win place wager on the last 5 races at Laurel Park, plus the Wood Memorial, Santa Anita Derby, and the Toyota Bluegrass. So it's essentially you pick 5 races here, then you pick the 3 Derby preps as well. You select a winner in all 3 Triple Crown preps, and so a guaranteed pot of $500.
Yeah, so that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, if you pick the winner in all 3 preps, you get your entry fee back. So a $500 guaranteed pot there for the Triple Crown Prep Challenge, Saturday, April 8th here at Laurel Park. Another big Saturday coming up in April is April 22nd. It's the Win and You're In for the horses. Winner of the Federico Tessio earns a place in the gate for the Preakness, and if you win the Weber City Miss for 3-year-old fillies, you earn a spot in a Black-Eyed Susan. So a Win and You're In for the horses, also a Win and You're In for the fans as well. Saturday, April 22nd here at Laurel Park. You spin the Maryland Jockey Club prize wheel for a chance to win one of 6 pairs of tickets to Preakness Day or Black-Eyed Susan Day at Pimlico Racecourse. You get a free spin with a racing program purchase and a prize for every spin. You can't beat that. That'll be a big day of racing here Saturday, April 22nd.
Yep, that's a good one.
And if we're making you hungry, don't forget about Sunday brunch, best brunch deal in town right here at Laurel Park, 12 to 4, $22 for the adults in the Garden Terrace, 11 for kids under 12, under 6, eat free. Unlimited mimosas, Bloody Marys for an additional $12. Sunday brunch here at Laurel Park, always your best bet. And, of course, the big Saturday of the year, the second jewel of the Triple Crown, the People's Race, the People's Party. It's a holiday here in Baltimore, Maryland, the third Saturday in May, the 142nd Preakness Stakes, Saturday, May 20th. Don't forget about Black-Eyed Susan Day the day before. Go to Preakness.com for all your tickets and information on that. So we showed you the carryovers. Let's show you one more time the carryovers. We have a little one here in our Rainbow Pick 6, a little shy of $800 in our Pick 6. They'll put about $2,000-$3,000 into it today. If you get all 6 winners, you could have a nice $2,000-$3,000 signer. But, of course, the big carryover today, and we've seen this before, as we get a day or two close to the mandatory payout, the Sharpies go in there with the ticket while everybody else is sleeping, waiting for the mandatory payout, and they take it down. So you might have some people trying to take it down today.
Absolutely. I kind of hope it goes on instead. I'd love to take a shot for that big $10, $12 million. It could be off the charts.
So it's over $1.5 million today, guaranteed $2 million tomorrow in that Gulfstream Pick 6 Florida Derby Day. Mandatory payout on Sunday. It's a little rainy here today. Let's talk about the track. It'll be sloppy and sealed.
Yeah.
How do you think that'll be playing for speed or closers?
I think it'll be pretty uniform. Maybe a slight edge to the outside. As you say, just monitor race by race. Every race is their own little unique thing, Stan. So this track has been pretty fair for the most part over the last couple of weeks.
And you see that turf course greening up, and of course the rain down the road will help the turf course. It's not going to help it out this much today or tomorrow. We might be getting on there. I see up there in the upper right-hand corner of the screen turf maybe on Sunday. They're taking entries for Sunday in the racing office right now, so maybe still a possibility for Sunday turf racing. Maybe if not this Sunday, then hopefully next weekend as we get this rain through the Baltimore-Washington area. Get you ready for a 3-day race weekend.
You saw it greening up awfully quick. It's just about right. I'd say, I don't know, with as much rain as we're going to get in the area, the Baltimore-Washington area today, it's going to be maybe tough for Sunday. I know there's three races carded, but moving ahead maybe towards next Friday, Saturday, it's going to really thicken up and get plush. We'll be good to go here. Hopefully next week, if not the week after.
All right, well, let's get to the races today here. 9-race program this afternoon here at Laurel Park. First race post time 1:10. Race 1 kicks off the early pick 5. Both pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Your best bet with that industry low 12% takeout. It's a mandatory payout on the early pick 5. I have a ticket, very affordable play. I believe a $32 ticket for me here in the early pick 5. Hopefully I'm alive after the second race. I'm going to go 4 deep in races 1 and 2, and then go with the 2 and 4 in race 3. It's all going to key on my best bet of the day. Race 4, nice allowance race in race 4. I'll go with the Claudio Gonzalez trained 8-year-old, Never Stop Looking. He's won his last 2 in a row with Katie Davis aboard. He likes the mud. He's a 4-time winner in the mud, 8-time winner here at Laurel Park. I'll key on the 7, Never Stop Looking, going with 2 runners there in race 5. So a $32 play for me here in this early pick 5. Let's take a look here at the opener. They love to bet the maiden 10s around here. Should have a strong handle here. Maiden claiming 10,000. 3 and up, going a flat mile. I'll go with the 2. Big Platinum from the Derek Getz barn. 5-pound apprentice. Jomar Torres aboard. 0 for 3 on and off track, but he finds a nice soft spot here. Doesn't appear to be any other real speed in here. He might just be loose, turning for home, and keep on going.
Yeah, he and Horseshoe Harbor, Stan, both kind of will be forward in this race. I'm going to take a shot with the 1, Don't Be Scared. Maybe we can fool this horse. Going long first time. That is a half to I'm Mr. Blue, who's been a multiple route winner on the dirt. I like the steady improvement. This horse has made a little bit of a bad actor in his debut back in January, but he has steadily improved, and a good effort, a slight fade after chasing pretty quick internal fractions last time out on March the 4th down in the 3 path. Kieran McGee has done this angle a few times, but 2 for 3 with first-time routers with maiden claiming type. So don't be scared. I like him kind of stretching out here. Big Platinum, he's had his chances. He's 0 for 13, but he does have experience. He and Horseshoe Harbor may have that edge and endurance factor of having the routes under their belt.
And we both like the 4 captain trips from the Sam Davis barn. Yomar Ortiz aboard a good third, 2 back going a mile. That was his best race ever, and we get back out to a mile again today.
Certainly, top and bottom should be able to stretch out. A little excuse when rank, and last time out was against the bias, was down on the rail on March the 11th with kind of an even effort, but the numbers are ascending. I think the stretch out back to a mile will be good. They're going to hold the value, the 1 and 4 in today's opener.
All right, we like the same 4, just in a different order there in the opener to kick off that early pick 5. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4 this afternoon. Also, the rolling super high 5 will start here in race 2. This is a nice group of maiden filly and mares 3 and up. Maiden claiming 40,000, going 5.5 furlongs. We have a video spotlight of the 2 Redeeming Love in the 5 Midday Prayer from their last race, March 11th here at Laurel Park.
They come out of that race March the 11th, and I thought Redeeming Love really jumped up and ran a bang-up race. First off the claim for Mary Epler, was protected off of that claim, ran under the waiver thing, and just hooked a horse the weekend of Tim Keefe that was really sharp that day. Prompted the pace well in hand, made a little move into it, couldn't quite quicken with the weekend, but this horse holds on pretty well. Now down from the rail, angling out and moving into third was Midday Prayer, who on that day was kind of against the grain, making a move into the stretch, got outside and really finished up with good enough energy. Speed is going to be a plenty in here with lovely Marissa coming in for Larry Jones. He's been lights out in Maryland the last couple years. Within the last year, he's 12 for 21, 17 of 21 in the money. This horse comes off of a maiden 50 race at the fairgrounds. Really, really quick, comes out of a key race. I'm just not so sure that this horse, likes to put on the brakes pretty quickly. Shortens up from 6 to 5.5. That's not always the best thing. I think Redeeming Love can make one more step up off of this claim. I think she can maybe dog Lovely Marissa around the turn, get on by, and the Midday Prayer make a good run from off the pace again.
I think I'm just going to keep going with Larry Jones and Trevor
it's hard
McCarthy until they get beat. If this filly, it's a question mark whether she's going to like an off track. If she likes an off track and beats the gate, McCarthy can get a loose lead down the backstretch, and she's splashing alone up front by herself. She'll be tough. But if she doesn't like the off track and she doesn't break well, then she might get bogged down there on the inside.
No doubt. I'm going for a little bit higher price. I hate these horses. They get out there and they just, they hit the 16th pole and they want to retreat. I know she keys up a stroll in the park, 2 back. We saw Larry Jones won an allowance here the other day. But Redeeming Love, a big jump up off the claim. That final time, too, on that March 11th maiden 40 race here, final time was a full second faster than the 7,500 starter boys. So good enough. So we'll see.
Did improve.
Lovely Marissa's going to be awfully short in here, I think.
We both like the 5 Midday Prayer. Good debut effort. They bet her down to 3-1 in a maiden 40, but she's by a Maryland sire, so she wasn't in for the tag that day.
Right.
A decent third. Didn't load very well. Let's see if they got the gate issues figured out. They put the blinkers on today. Keith Nation's barn, positive ROI, 25% maidens making their second start.
Absolutely. Midday Prayer, and also take a look at the 6 JR Star for Rudy Rye. This horse stays in. A trouble trip last time out. Has been fresh and was on the rail January 7th through that whole period of January, February. You really didn't want to be dead set on the rail. Sure showed a little bit of run. Might get maybe the best stalking trip of all of them, though, Stan. But she's also going to be a short price. Money is just going to pour in on the 1 Lovely Marissa and the 6 JR Star.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 3, we're going a flat mile, claiming 5,000. Never won 3 lifetime for 4-year-olds and upward. I end up on the 4 Legend Keeper. The 2 Mid-Ocean's going to be your heavy favorite once again, but it's been the beaten favorite the last 3 times. Comes some way out of it. Does have a win on an off track. The 4 Legend Keeper 0 for 1 on an off track. But the Maldonado barn been red hot starting off 2017. 31% winners. You get a nice light weight assignment, 111 with the 5-pound bug. Joe Moore Torres aboard. A decent second 2 back going 7 furlongs. Just didn't. Maybe the 6 furlong race was just too short last out. Stretches back out to a mile today.
Yeah, this horse is going to be with the pace and maybe it'll just be able to grind out a win. Legend Keeper, I don't expect like a big surge. This horse will be up with the flow and just a grind. That's kind of the way this race looks like it's setting up. You've got some speed. Colm on Fire, he always likes to be early. Andy's Love will take a stalking position. But Mid-Ocean, I like to turn back to a mile. I know he's been a beaten favorite. He's a hard horse to ride. Horacio gets into him with a half mile to go and just rides the hair off of him. I think he's going to have the right kind of pace in front. The race is going to come back to him, and I think he's going to stumble into a win today.
Yeah, he might step up today.
Awfully short price,
for 4 for 6 on an off track, a win 3/3. So this off track might be what he needs to get to the winner's circle. And we both like the 6 a little bit. Andy's Love.
Yeah.
Carlos Carrasco aboard for Casey Cardahan. The horse likes to win out of town. Not too much here at Laurel Park. Is 1 for 1 though on an off track.
Yep. 1 for 1. Andy's Love will take a lot of play. Surf Spun, maybe your price shot to use in here with Carlos Mancy off a little bit of a freshening first time for the barn, though. This horse can get the mile distance. And once again, I think there's going to be an honest pace in front. A patient ride will get this horse a piece at a good price.
All right, let's get a commercial break. Our Rainbow Pick 6, that starts race 4 today. We'll start with that when we come back.
At ExpressBet, we celebrate the champions who make horse racing great. That's why we provide more ways to bet from more places than ever. We've built an entire family of brands to support horse racing, to give players more of the rewards they deserve, give bettors the information they need to win, and provide a community for horse bettors. Because the best way to support the champions of horse racing is to champion horse racing. ExpressBet. We are racing.
Welcome back. Today at the race is presented by Fidelity First. We're live here at the Laurel Park paddock. A little rain, but don't let that dampen your big Florida Derby weekend. Make sure you go to expressbet.com, get your free Florida Derby wager guide to study up for tomorrow. A little carryover in our pick 6 starting here in race 4, a little shy of $800. They'll put $2,000-3,000 into it today. And if you can get lucky and be the only one with 6 winners, you could have a nice signer here in the pick six. A nice allowance race here for 4-year-olds and upward. Other than allowance optional claiming 20,000, going 5.5 furlongs here in race 4. It's a nice race to kick it off. I'll go with my best bet, the 7, Never Stop Looking. Let's take a look here at my pick 6 ticket. I'll key on the 7, Never Stop Looking, going 4 deep there in race 5. 2 runners in the 6, 4 deep again there in race 7. 2 deep in race 8, 3 horses there in race 9. A beaten nickel to finish off things, but it all keys on my best bet of the day in this nice allowance feature in race 4 to kick it off. $38.40 play for me in the pick 6. I know you like the late pick 5 today. That starts in race 5. We also start the middle pick 4 here in race 4, and this is a nice allowance feature. We have a video spotlight here on the 6, JR's Rhythm, his last race late February up there at Parks. Didn't break very well up there against Allowance Company.
It looked like he was going to be any kind, Stan, in his debut win at Laurel. Tried 2 subsequent tries at Parks. Trouble both times out of the gate. Here we go. Highlighted. Broke from the 2 position. Just a little bit slow. About a length slow to the field. And that was blinkers on this particular day. And this horse got real keen, kind of up between horses leaving the 5/8 pole, and made a big run towards the leaders. Down to the rail. We've talked about Parks for the most part. That's not the place where you want to be, and gets involved in a little bit of a duel leaving the far turn. JR's Rhythm just couldn't sustain. I like the move towards the outside positioning today. That's good enough, guys. Gets tied up there and then ends up fading back to 8th. But the 2-back try, even with trouble at Parks, was good enough. You see 8th beaten 5 lengths. Well, let me tell you something. The 7th place finisher, who just finished just above him, came back to run an 86 and a tough starter, one of those optional starters, other than similar to what we're running here. This horse has faced the right kind. I know he's only a one-time winner against horses that have won 8 races in the Pulse, 10 races and Never Stop Looking. But he's with a fairly decent break. I think he can take aim and maybe take the aim of the Pulse and get the jump on Never Stop Looking and come back to those winning ways, as he showed in his debut with a good 75 buyer back in December.
Yeah, it was a good-looking maiden win against a tough maiden special weight field back in late December here when he was a 3-year-old. Forest Boys gets aboard, so you have a nice price there on top. See if the outside post steps him up here today. I overlook him, but we both agree here on the 7, Never Stop Looking. What a nice old 8-year-old this is, over 400,000 career earnings. This horse is 7 for 16 in the money on an off track with 4 wins. He's back in top form right now for the leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez. And Katie Davis, she's been riding some winners for this barn as of late. Won a stake race for him a couple weekends ago. So hot connections here with the 7 going the right direction right now.
He's just, he's won 3 of his last 4. He's enjoying his, his last 3 sprints, and he's getting along really well. Katie Davis getting along with Never Stop Looking. The Pulse, I think, is just going to have a little bit more pressure than he normally has going first time for Claudio. He's going to be tough, no doubt about it. 3 for 5 on an off track. But I think JR's Rhythm with a good enough break will take it to him somewhere by the time they hit the quarter pole. That certainly can set it up for Never Stop Looking sitting in the catbird seat.
And we both agree on the 1. I Stand Alone, a big effort first off the claim for trainer Lacey Gaudette. Kevin Gomez aboard. The race was kind of marred by a spill in the stretch, but this horse overcame all the adversity. He was in trouble before the spill, got around the spill, and got the money first off the claim. 0 for 6 on an off track, and he gets a tough inside post maybe today.
Yeah, race, the final time was kind of slow, 12-2. We liked him that day. 19-1, the blinkers went on. It was a protect move off a little bit of a layoff. Lacey did a nice job. This horse was clearly best, though. He was sitting with a mitt full coming to the 8th pole. Steady check block, was able to get outside and kind of get up. This horse can move up. He's going to have his running shoes on to run down some of the speeds in here.
All right, so very nice first level allowance condition, optional claiming 20,000 for horses that have already won the allowance condition. They're in for the tag, so a nice group of allowance runners to kick off the Rainbow Pick 6 there in race 4. Late pick 5 starts in race 5, no carryover, but as always, that industry low 12% takeout on the late pick 5. Nice maiden special weight for 3-year-old fillies going 5.5 furlongs to kick it off. Keith, I know you have a ticket for this.
Yeah, let's run through that real quick. Real manageable ticket, only $24. We like to start things up nice and easy on Friday and then try to run it up a little bit as
Save
the
money for that mandatory payout
yeah,
Sunday.
as the weekend progresses. Yeah, 3 deep in race 5 with the 2, 4, and 6. She's a chance to. Little Firefighter, I'm So Money, probably going to be the fave in that race. And we'll go 1 and 9 in race 6, 2 deep in race 7 with the 4 and the 6, and then we're going to come back in the 8th. I'm going to single. I like Damon's horse a lot. Liar's Dice. We liked them last time at 20-1. We're taking them again, 4 deep in race 9. I know a lot of money's going to pour in 2-term later. Little bomb shot maybe there with Strike and Spare with the blinkers back on. Might come running from off the pace.
Yeah, it's
That's
kind of
your
a
ticket.
wide open beaten nickel there to finish things off today. A bunch of old hard knockers in there. Let's take a look here. Race 5. How hot is Linda Rice, huh?
Yeah.
I'm in love with Linda Rice. How can you not be? And she gets her main man, Horacio Caramanos. They're 50% together from a 40-horse sampling with a positive ROI. You don't see that too often.
No.
And she had a couple nice wins last Saturday. Another Matt King Cole. We know how nice Matt King Cole is. But put Seymour Deeney in your stable mail as well, son of Bernardini.
Yeah.
He won by a country mile here last Saturday, and she won with a nice filly last Saturday as well. She's red hot.
Seymour Deeney caught the eye of my partner up there, Bill Brazel, chart caller, and he doesn't really talk too highly. I mean, he's pretty composed,
Sure.
but he was really impressed with the effort from Seymour Deeney, as I was too.
So, all right. So, well, we're both on this Linda Rice horse here. They bet the horse down to about 9-2 in the debut at Saratoga last July. It was a maiden special weight, going 5.5 furlongs on the turf. Had to break from the inside post that day. That's a tough assignment for a debut runner, but did take money for that first start. They paid almost $500,000 for this horse. The dam, she won first time out in a maiden special weight at Gulfstream Park. This is her first foal. They put the blinkers on. She's been working well up there at Belmont, and Linda Rice red hot, so I'll go with her on top
she
here.
does nothing wrong. You might get a touch of value. We're talking 3-1, 5-2, because I'm So Money took a lot of play off of a good debut run, failed at 3-5, then came back to run big. But Little Firefighter going back, first foal, like I say, the mare won a debut sprinting on the dirt, and a nice little formulator stat for Linda Rice here, Stan. 6 for 14 with maiden sprinting off of a plus over 180-day layoff with an ROI of over $3. So
I don't think she has any bad
there's
stats
nothing
right now.
negative, it seems, about Linda Rice, and certainly bred top and bottom. This off track shouldn't bother this horse at all.
All right, we both like the 6. I'm So Money, a sharp second last out on a fast sealed track. First time Lasix that day. Adios Annie won for fun that day for trainer Gary Capuano. I'm So Money. I think it's going to benefit with that early speed and the outside post in here.
She's going to be awfully tough. Might take a little pressure from Saucy Symphony, who has the blinkers for trainer Cal Lynch and Trevor McCarthy. And I'm So Money. A good effort. Held very well. Was down inside on the 20th of February. Seeded into the lane to Adios Annie, but a good number. Winning number that day was 75. An interesting little set. Trace Abbott, 7 for 17 with dirt faves over the last 2 years. So, he seems to strike with this time of horse. The Lasix went on last time. She keys up against the right time. In her debut run, she hooked Signwave, who came back to gallop in an allowance race at Parks.
Yeah, the 2, She's a Chance too, took a lot of money last out in a tough maiden special weight race coming off the layoff. A good second that day. Super Trend broke from the 1 hole that day and went right to the front for trainer Cal Lynch. A nice runner there. So I think this filly's coming out of a tough race. Gets Javion Toledo aboard. Maybe he's going to need to show a little bit more early speed breaking from the 2 hole today.
With Jason, we already talked about him. He kind of, doesn't run a lot of horses, but does a nice job. His horses always look good. And She's a Chance too came back ready. Did fail as the favorite. The barn hits with this type second off of a left with a good ROI and a good percentage. I think she was just hampered a little bit by the internals. Super Trend, the first, got away with really slow early fractions when you consider 23-1, 47-4. Left a little too much work for She's a Chance too to do. She's going to get a little bit more speed in front of her today, which should enhance her run.
Hopefully she likes an off track a little bit, because it is just rain is coming down right now. I think it's going to be calling for rain all day long here at Laurel Park. Let's turn the page. Race 6 is going to kick off. The late pick 4. You get a 10% bonus if you're a premier player and you hit the late pick 4. Go to guest services to learn more about this. Sign up to be a premier player. You get a 10% bonus on the late pick 4 all weekend here at Laurel Park. Today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Reward is capped at $100. You can't beat that. Try the late pick 4 this weekend. You get a 10% bonus. And here's my late pick 4 ticket. I'll spend a little bit more, because I think the pull, the handle, for the late pick 4 will be strong all weekend long with that bonus. I'll go 4 deep in races 6 and 7 here for the late pick 4, using just 2 runners in race 8. Nice allowance race for 3-year-olds. I'll use the 6 and 7 there. They both have good form on an off track. Well, now Liar's Dice has never run on it before, but the 6 in arrears is a winner on an off track. I'll go 3 deep. Those 3 runners, 4, 6, and 7, all have decent off track form in race 9. That's a nice beaten nickel. So $48 play for me. In the late pick 4, let's take a look here at race 6. This is a claiming 5,000. Everyone 2 lifetime 4 and up. I'll go to the outside here with the 9 Ring Collector from the Damon Del Devico barn. And Del Devico could have a big day today. I know you like Liar's Dice. Get Horacio Caramano's first time in the barn of Del Devico here for this 4-year-old son of Scat Daddy. Wasn't running very well out there in California, but they do the right thing. They find a soft spot here with the second leading rider, Horacio Caramano's aboard.
Yeah, he was scratched out of a race back in February and given a little bit of time off since then, a couple of maintenance works to get this horse on track. They're doing the right thing. Attack move. Let's go all the way to the bottom. I like his draw to the outside. It's going to be his second time with blinkers sprinting. He's tried a sloppy track. That's way back July of 2015. I'm going to toss that. He's bred top and bottom to handle it. He'll sit just outside, I think, of the Iron Bank and split. Maybe if he's fresh enough, goes ahead and takes the lead and dictates from there. So I like Ring Collector, going to be a short price. But R. Lucifer, I think you've got to be. He's the major danger stand from the back of the pack. He was a bad actor before the race. And Stevie Hamilton, sometimes you got to give kudos to Stevie. Stuck with this horse. Sometimes, acting as bad as he was, he stayed with this horse, had to snake through some traffic, and really finished up nicely the last 16th of a mile. Added ground's not going to hurt his chances at all. The race could fall into his lap.
Another cold super for you and I here. 9-1-3-2, the 3 of the Iron Bank. A second and a win in 2 starts on an off track. He gets Sylvester Gonzalez, the 5-pound bug. This horse will be forwardly placed from the inside post, you have to think.
Yeah, a couple good tries at Laurel's after a good number when running second at Penn National. He's forward a long way. It's going to, the 6 furlongs. That's the real question, because there's going to be some just kind of horses to hamper things up front. Split, even Opio coming out of that 4.5 at Charlestown will show enough gate speed to put some early pressure. Might take a little starch out of the Iron Bank.
All right, so it's a nice pick 4 that starts there. Late pick 4 starts in race 6. A couple nice allowance races coming up in 7 and 8, and then a wide open beaten nickel there to finish the afternoon off. Race 7's our feature of the day. An upper level 2 other than allowance condition optional, claiming 25,000 for 4-year-olds and upward, going 6 furlongs. And I'll go with the David Jacobson runner. All right, 1 for 1 on an off track. Gets Jevion Toledo aboard. This horse been in very good form up there on the inner dirt at Aqueduct. He's won his last 3 in a row. You have to think they're going to try to go right to the front, steal this one early today.
He's awfully quick early, no doubt about it. I went back and watched his last race. He just kind of dictated the last 2 or 3. Now, he won 3 races in 13 days. He deserves a little bit of a break, so he does get a little bit of a break from that, and he keys up against the right horses. The horses that have come out of his races have run mid-90 buyers when winning. This barn really hits well when they come to Maryland. But I think Vorticity, maybe, Ella Reeve on a little bit of a break. Now, maybe Vorticity can kind of step up for the barn and run a big one today. Comes out of a real tough race, March the 4th. That was a bang-up race to come into off of a long layoff. Still crazy, very quick, was able to dictate the pace that day. I like the way Trevor rode this horse, so he kind of settled early, gave him a good run around the turn, kept on with him late. I think he's going to gain a lot of confidence off of that return try, and I think he can dog all right on this track today and wear him down late. And a little edit to that pick 5 ticket for me. In race 7, it should be 3 and 4. 3 and 4, not 4 and 6. 3 and 4, and that would be your third leg of the pick 5.
And since that comeback race up there at Aqueduct 4, Vorticity, he's come back with a couple nice maintenance half-mile work, so he's training well in the morning. You like to see that.
And another key horse out of that race, Stan Fury, the Norseman, who we've seen around here, has run well.
Sure.
Had come off of a good win in a 3 other than at Laurel. Was well beaten by Vorticity. That was a tough group. Horses that keys up with Stallwalk and Dude. And I think Vorticity can take the measure of all right.
We both like the 1 in the 5 here. Scratch the 6 Joy Drive. The 1 Power Nap comes from out of it. Fergal Lynch just going to have to navigate a trip from the inside. You hope he doesn't get too covered up early on, breaking from that 1 post. Horse is 0 for 3 on an off track as well.
I think he'll be okay. The Cozy Cat has a little bit of speed, and all right will be on the Sen. He'll draft back, probably do what he did last time. He took back, early, got to the outside by the time the field hit the half-mile pole. This horse makes a nice, sustainable run in his sprints.
All right, so a nice upper-level allowance feature of the day there in race 7, going 6 furlongs. Another nice allowance race in the 8th race to kick off the late daily double. Straight 3-year-old allowance optional, claiming 50,000, 5.5 furlongs. We have a video spotlight here on the 7 Liar's Dice, and we showed you the B-roll of Recruiting Ready earlier in the barn. This is the race that Recruiting Ready won with Liar's Dice, a good second.
Yeah, Liar's Dice. I was a little shocked to see him on the engine like he was, but he was awfully sharp. And talked to trainer Damon Dilladovico, and he wasn't. He thought this horse would be up, showing some speed, and he did it in hand. And we talked about the internal fractions that day, Stan. Much faster than the other allowance, the Joy Drive race. But what I like, he's inside, and Recruiting Ready's kind of just outside, has his measure. Jock eases him back, Carrasco, once they leave the far turn, and we're going to pick it up. He angles back out to the outside and takes another shot. Actually, it looks like he gets a short lead at the 8th pole. But Recruiting Ready just a little bit better that day. Maybe a little tough one with a hang comment there in our short comment. But he tried really, really hard. And considering what he had to go through early, speed, take back, go around, and another rebid, Liar's Dice is poised. Damon's done a great job. He's got him ramped right up. And you may still get an okay price on him. I know 2-to-1's not always great, but Larry Jones' horse from the rail, the one Midway Gold, is going to take plenty of action.
It looks like the 7, though, with a lot more early speed. Look at that. That's a fast, super fast time.
Yeah.
Any concern of a bounce maybe off that 109 last out?
I don't. Look at the work comes back, 47-3. He's a good-looking horse. He looked good in the flesh. I think he's poised and just moving in the right direction.
All right, so I like him as well. I think Karamanos will be able to dictate the early pace here and control the race early on with the 7 Liar's Dice. We both like the 1 Midway Gold. This horse is going to come from out of it like he did in the debut, sprinting against Maiden Special Weight down there at Fairgrounds. Went to the front going long in the second start, now cuts back to a sprint today, gets Trevor McCarthy aboard.
Yeah, look at the route to sprint record, only 42% there for Larry Jones. Well regarded in debut. I know Jones horses always take a lot of action, but the Fairgrounds has some good trainers down there. This horse was bet down to 9-5 in its debut in an 11-horse field. Stretched out, couldn't quite go the mile and a 70. Total Tip came back to run a 75. That winner ran a 75 in the Sunland Derby. Midway Gold, going to be tough to get a real clean trip. He's got some speed. He's got a little speed to his outside. It's going to be a tricky run into the turn for Midway Gold, it looks like.
And we both like the 6 here as well. First time in the barn for Cal Lynch here in arrears, who beat Ella Reeb last September in the slop in a maiden special weight. Ella Reeb would come back and win by 10 after this. But this is a nice 3-year-old by Scipion. We know he likes an off track. They're putting the blinkers on back. They're putting the blinkers back on today. He had the blinkers on early when he started. When he beat Ella Reeb in the slop, he had the blinkers on. Then they took the blinkers off. The blinkers go back on today. First time in the Cal Lynch barn.
Interesting move with the blinkers back on. He ran so good last time. I wonder what the reason was, but they're going to do it, and he's run fine with the blinkers on. Gets the shark comment again. Will he have a similar trip like Liar's Dice had with Recruiting Ready? Will we have to kind of go with him and ease back and take and go around? I don't know if he's as quick early as Liar's Dice. We're going to find out, but Liar's Dice doing well. He ran big against the bias 2-back. That's why we liked him at such a big price on the 10th. Just got to be about a little better horse in Recruiting Ready.
All right, so nice allowance feature there to kick off your late daily double there in race 8, race 9. An old-fashioned beaten nickel here. Haven't won 2 in 6 months, never won 5, claiming 5,000, going 7 furlongs, and I'll go with the 6, Cooking Up a Storm. Jerry Brooks has done well with the 7-year-old before. This horse is 6 for 10 in the money with the win on an off track. He's a 4-time winner here at Laurel Park, taking a big drop from those 7,500 beaten races. Was in for open 11 last out, had to break from the rail last out in the mud. I think he gets a better outside post today and dropping to this level here against Beaten Nickel Company. I think the 6, Cooking Up a Storm, should be very tough against this field.
Yeah, a reclaim here for Jerry Brooks. He's been a tough old cookie. I've really liked this horse, but he has not, come back to that form of last spring into the summer. He's going to need some help up front. Not saying he can't get up, but he's going to need a little help. 2-term leader will be on the engine for Claudio. A big effort. Ran an 80 buyer 3 races back in for a condition. That's condition 75. Now he goes for the 2 in 6 months for the nickel. He's taking a real edge with 2-term leader. But I think Resurgence could be tough. Good effort. Third off the claim for Jerry Robb. I think this horse goes a long, long way. But my blow-up horse in here will be the guy Strike and Spare. Just a little bit of a reach here. Gets a bug rider, gets in light. I think this horse with the blinkers on might stay a little bit closer. comes out of tougher races. North Ocean had to face him 2 times. Jim. This is the right kind of field. He sustained a run last time out when it was going longer in a condition race in that 75 condition. I'm going to give him one final shot at a price to maybe pull the upset.
Is a two-time winner on an off-track, Sarah Schaefer. She came back to the races last week and had a nice win on a long shot. Blinkers go on here for trainer Ann Merriman. So I overlooked that one, but you got a nice 10-1 price on top. We both like the 4 and the 7 in here. The 4, 2-term leader, 3-time winner on an off-track for your leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez. And the 7 has been a good second last out against a wide-open nickel field. Gets an easier spot here today.
Yep. And I would not throw out Candy Stalker as well. 1 for 1 at Laurel. That was a good race, that Foreign Life race at the mile distance stand, and was down inside dueling at Parks. Anything back to the 3-back race is going to put him in the mix. He'll get a real dream trip from the outside.
Pimentel's been on a roll, 25% win jockey there. Julian Pimentel on the 9. Candy stalking a wide open beaten nickel to finish things off today. It's raining, however, the soup is hot, and we kick off a nice 3-day weekend of racing here. Big Florida Derby weekend. You can bet on all the Florida Derby races, the whole 14-race card at Gulfstream, which is tomorrow. You can bet on those races here today at Laurel Park. Dave Robin, he's coming up next. We'll have today's scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.